Game number one, Cursed Hollow, ladies and gentlemen. Off we go. Crystal Gaming against Feel the Heat. And I can't help myself, but I'm a little bit giddy because I think this is going to be a good series. I think this is actually going to be really fun. Crystal Gaming had a strong start into the season after they initially won every single qualifier to make it into Division S Season 2. Feel the Heat has throughout the season shown some incredible games, like some insane games against some of the best teams that we have in Heroes of the Storm right now. And it could be a really, really cool series. I'm honestly quite excited for this one. I think this could be one of the most incredible series that we had so far. Zeratul gets banned out immediately against Dino. Now, that doesn't come as a shock. I expect that Zeratul is going to be banned throughout the entire series. It would be weird to me if Zeratul actually makes it through the draft. So that's that. But yeah, I'm very curious to see how this is going to turn out now, because this is going to be an important match for both of the teams. And getting a few extra points here would matter a lot. Again, by the way, as I already said in some of the previous games, but I have to highlight it again, the division size, or well, the ranking size has actually been reduced. Instead of 8 teams, we only have 7 teams left. Go Next decided to withdraw from the league and is not going to be replaced because we're already a bit too far into the season. Now, Go Next hasn't won a single match yet, and they also haven't won a single map, so it's kind of easy to just move them out of it. I think it was more so time constraints that led to the decision, but again, not 100% certain on it. But just in case that you guys are wondering where Go Next is over the next couple of weeks, they withdrew from Division S. They're not part of it anymore, and they have not been replaced, which means that from here on out we only have 3 matches per week instead of 4. Just a little bit of a side note. When it comes to the bans, pretty much what you would expect, especially with the Deathwing ban, but here comes Falstad. And we have Crystal Gaming, which means that we are also looking at potential Brightwing and Lucio plays. Lucio was so respected by a lot of teams that they even banned him out against Crystal Gaming. So now Ixia has a chance to play Lucio on the map here, and I'm excited. It takes a lot to get me excited for Trashwing and Lulcio, but Ixia is definitely making it happen, so I want to see what he can pull off today. We have Dino and Greymane and Wit on Johanna. Good opening into the first map of the Best of 5 series here. And, well, here we go. Falstad. And what else do we get? Do they go full global? Maybe even with the Haka on the side? Do we get our Lucio now? Is Ixia gonna risk that they ban him out? Because he played Lucio once on this map already. It is Kerosene time. Not necessarily by Ixia though, but that means that he could, for example, play also his Zarya if they're trying to play something along those lines. Kerosene has been played a little bit, but when we've seen him after the buffs, it was mostly on Battlefield of Eternity. Especially when we're talking about the European meta here. Not diving too deep into an A right now. Abathur gets banned right away, which makes a lot of sense because, well, Kerosene can be terrifying if you have a symbiote that can help you out. You have a lot more chase potential, there's a lot more damage available to you, and you can hunt down more or less any target on the opponent's side. So that's going to be a nightmare if it's up against you, which is why they're banning it out here. Okay, but let's have a look. What's the ban? Liming. Okay, no resets here. That means also no disintegrate against Nubarak, which is also important. Yeah, the double support. Feel the Heat. Playing that now too. Trying Blade in that off-tank position again. As I said before, that Uther side lane has very, very limited success in Europe up to now. We've seen one attempt with a 4-man that Washed Up actually played. On one map against a very inferior team have success, but outside of that, Uther has mostly been eliminated when he came into that 4-man situation. So now they're going to try it again. And there is Junkrat and Zul. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a wanky setup, but that's exactly what we are used to from Crystal Gaming. That doesn't really come as a shocker. If anything, it's a bit weird that they don't show their Probius play again. But yeah, off we go. So a lineup that you wouldn't see from too many teams, but Zul has of course that wave clear that allows him to rotate the lanes. And he's going to try that out. And now, what's the last pick for Ultralisk? What are we getting from Feel the Heat as we're heading into our first map? And it's Mayaf. Alright, let's go. Game number 1, Cursed Hollow. Feel the Heat up against Crystal Gaming in a best of 5 of Heroes of the Storm Division S Europe. Game on! First game in the best of 5 and over to the left side for Crystal Gaming. Formerly known as Kiku Combo, we have Skebubi on Nuburak, and Kolios on Falstad, Ixion Junkrat, Yasu on Karazim, and Slade on Zul. And to the right side of the map, Feel the Heat with X-Ray on Rega, Wit on Johanna, we have Blade on Uther, Ultralisk on Maiev, and Dino on Greymane. And as I said, the teams are incredibly close. They are actually neck or neck in the standings. Both of the teams with 3 matches played and 2 wins. A bit of an advantage in the map score for Crystal Gaming. They have a map score of +8, whereas Feel the Heat has a map score of +6. So a victory for Feel the Heat here would go a long way to surpass Crystal Gaming, not only in matches won, but also help out the match score a little bit. Then again, if Crystal Gaming takes it, that would cement their lead in the standings by quite a bit. So both of the teams, as I said, are extremely eager to win this series. Might be one of the most important ones for them. So yeah, eye-level match. And let's see where we go with this. Level 1 talents. Nuburak with the Regeneration Master. He wants the extra hit point pool. Zul is already making the rotation towards the top. Kolio is now at the bottom of the map. That's also where the first tribute spawns. A little bit weird. I mean, he can still fly in, but I would expect him to be at the top lane later to get more value out of the global. Went into Wingman as his level 1 choice. Whereas on the other side, Johanna even going into the Reinforce. Okay. Don't see that on her all that often. Traditionally, we are talking either about Laws of Hopes or Hold Your Ground. But in this case, going for the extra armor instead against the auto attack damage. Of course, specifically since Karazim is going to add quite a bit to that. Camp clear, a little bit quicker, thanks to Maiev and also Rega. They are now looking at the first Siege Giant camp, pushing the bot lane, and they're immediately making the play for the Bruiser camp on top of it too. So making the easy rotation there. With Ixi and Yasu already sitting in that spot, we're gonna see them take theirs as well. So it's a bit of a question of which team picks first and which team takes it second, if you can time it around the turret range or not. But at the bottom of the map, the, the matchup between Johanna and Falstad isn't really doing too much for them. Now our Uther setup is already ready in the middle here. The double support is there. Where's the lockdown? Ixia, oh, in trouble. Jumps straight into the range of Dino, and that's a kill. First blood in. And that's a quick elimination of Junkrat. Nicely done in the opening for Feel the Heat. Murdering the mid lane. Going for the entire wall here. And starting to take it down. The gate has fallen. The second tower about to be dropped. Nicely done. Feel the Heat opening up the first game in this best of 5 series with a bit of a bang. Well played. Down to the bottom of the map, Falstad is in a bit of trouble against Johanna here. Kolios needs to be careful in the mid lane. At least Zul has fallen, so that's nice for them. But what else can they actually do? That's 2 kills against 0. That's even more push power now. Fountain alone. Take the Fountain down and you're going to be in a good spot. And they actually force Falstad to global down to the bottom of the lane. Something that you never really want to do. But in this case, he has to. So, yep. That's the camp eliminated. They're moving down to the bottom of the map, not only to put more pressure onto Kolios and Falstad, but also to rotate in for the first tribute. So yep, nicely done. Ah, the lockdown against Junkrat. You can't go in like this, not against this many stuns. There's just too much CC available for Feel the Heat for him to make that play. So the tribute gets claimed, and Crystal Gaming has to slow the game down a little bit. They're getting currently wrecked. There's a double cleanse available, one for Rega and one for Uther now. So all the CC that we're going to see from, well, Bone Prison, stuns and all of that is easily countered by the red team. And they have a very nice opening here. No level 7 for Johanna just yet. Again, the aggression. Falstad, of course, with the boomerang, as you would expect, trying to get that global value. Talking about Falstad, he's at the bottom of the map and he's like, boys, I need some help! 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 Team! That wall has fallen, but the team is also busy. They're currently sitting in the middle of the map and they're taking Blade down. Uther is dead again. Well, actually, Uther is dead for the first time. But last time that we saw him in that side lane position, he didn't really do too well either. So a little bit of a memorable moment there. Dino has a good chance of getting wrecked here. I'm a little bit surprised. I honestly thought that Slade would go in with this a bit quicker. That was a weird flank from Slade. I mean, Karasi was pretty much with him, and I expected the Bone Prison to come out as he makes the move, and then them attempting to get Karazim in a spot where they can take that, but yep, that didn't really happen. Now the rotation is there again, and if Greymane is sitting on the lane, you know exactly that he's going to get that damage in on structures, and this is what we're seeing right now. So they're dropping another wall, open it up again. The rotation this time is hitting though. Yasuo is nearly there to drop the doggy stun. Yes, that's a kill. No? What? Well, it's a kill. It's a kill, just not for the team that I thought it would be. The doggy runs away and Karazin dies instead at 4 kills against 1 now, and they are looking fantastic. Damn. Feel the heat with all the heat at this point. I mean, these boys are going in to murder. 10 in their hands, just as the tribute spawns. Maybe even a move for boss, considering the advantageous situation they're in. But that is a little bit crazy. Oh, Bloodlust, yes! With the double support that they have, we get Bloodlust instead. Greymane is gonna have a field day. Honestly, right now, you only want Divine Shield. Of course, the stun would be absolutely stellar, especially if Maiev sets a good cage up, or if Uther comes, Johanna comes in with a good stun. But can you imagine the bloodlusted Greymane with the Divine Shield that just goes absolutely ham? It would be a delight to see it. But it is instead the Divine Storm. Yeah, so with this, we have, again, the aggression happening, but the first tribute is taken. Greymane is already playing around the boss a little bit. It's like, boys, I really want it. I really, like, can we, please, daddy, please, please? But, yeah, everybody else says nope, and therefore, Dainu has to help out X-Ray a bit as they are taking down another bruiser camp. The dog pack is moving in for it, and now Uther comes in and is like, wait a second, we can do it. So now they're starting to go in and take that down right away. Let's have a little bit of a look at this one, because this should be an easy grab, and the blue team doesn't do anything here. Yeah, it's game 1 in a it's gonna be a pretty tough series, honestly. If Feel the Heat can win this one, this would be fantastic for them. But as I said before, the teams are neck and neck in the standings. It's both of them with 3 victories and 1 loss. That's what we have. And off we go. At this point, of course, one of the big questions that we still have is how much do they get out of the Bloodlust? Because there's a couple of counter plays on the other side. You could either use the Gust here pretty easily to keep the opponent off bay, or you can use it to force them into a fight. Yep, there's Bloodlust as they're trying to go out. X-Ray, they're jumping onto the bird, and the bird is dead. Chicken for dinner, baby, as the wolves are hungry. They're jumping in, and they're about to take the monk down, and yes, they get him too. Double kill. That forced fight engage did not work out as intended by Crystal Gaming. And let's not mince words here, but currently Feel the Heat is taking a pretty massive dump on them. So with 6 kills against 1, the curse now also against the blue team, another kill against Junkrat, an elimination of the fort in the middle, the boss taking down the fort top lane, already moving for keep. They are brutalizing them. They are just moving through Crystal Gaming like hot butter through cheese. They are absolutely annihilating them here right now. It's kill after kill, and Crystal Gaming, they're trying to run, they're trying to hide, but nothing is possible here as Feel the Heat is just burning their house down. It's absolutely bonkers. There's the stun, there's the engage, there's the tether, another kill attempt. 7-sided prevents it for now. The Gust again, this time against Wid as they're starting to go in for it. The boss at the top lane is nearly taking down the keepers. They're once again in the mid lane. They're trying to go for another structure kill. X-Ray moves out. Cocoon, look at Anubarak. He's so low, and they're saving Greymane. And that's the keep already gone. We're 8.5 minutes into this one, and it will be the end of keep number 2 at the top lane in just a few seconds. What an absolute disaster for Crystal Gaming, as we are looking at a game that completely spirals out of control for them. They have their 1 hero down. They don't have level 13 talents. They're still trying to force the fight here, and it's going to be a bit of a problem. And here comes the cleave. Here comes the damage. And here is that team wipe. 5-man wipe, baby. The shield is gone. The boss is doing work. And Feel the Heat is moving in with Bloodlust to end the game. Crystal Gaming, they have to step it up if they want to have a chance in this best of 5 series. Fantastic opening by Feel the Heat as they take the victory on Cursed Hollow. GG, and well played. Game number 2. The lead for Feel the Heat, ladies. And damn. I mean, Crystal Gaming got murdered on the last one. So, I don't really know what to say here. They lost control over the first map very early, and then they got just simply taken apart quickly. Everything went wrong for them. They lost too many heroes in the mid lane. The early bruiser camp already did so much damage, and that was a huge problem. So right now we have Garden of Terror as the next map, but it is a little bit insane. So Tomb of the Garden Curse is being played. We have Zeratul banned once more. As I said previously, I would be surprised if he ever makes it through the draft in this series. But Crystal Gaming has to step it up. They definitely tested the mettle of their opponent, and as it turned out, Crystal Gaming isn't really in a spot where they can take this lightly. I said that both teams are incredibly close in the standings and have pretty much the exact same score, with a small advantage for Crystal Gaming as they have the better map score, but that's about it. And Feel the Heat, they might have a few moments where they struggle a little bit, but let's be honest, they have played incredible series just recently against some of the top teams in Europe, and it is pretty amazing what they're now pulling off. So the team with X-Ray, Dino, with Ultralisk and Blade, they're doing well. And there's the Probius setup. This is actually the first hero that they drafted in Division S. The first hero. When they started to play Division S, the first hero that they ever picked was Probius. And they won that game. It was on Infernal Shrines. Now, and they were always a team that throws out these like out-of-the-box picks, and they have gotten away in all of the qualifiers with it and won all the qualifiers. Now we have Wit on Zul and Dino on Falstad, which I might remind you are actually heroes that we've seen in the previous game played by Crystal Gaming. So pretty much the exact other way around. It's hammer time though, and Garrosh is played together with it too. Alright, Ixion is Probius again. He's probably, I would say, I mean, the star player if you so want on Crystal Gaming, but that only helps you if you're also able to win the games. Oriel gets banned, okay. There is globals now on the map. Of course, this is a big map that you can play here, and it will be interesting. The mix between Cursed Hollow and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Tomb of the Garden Curse. And, well, let's see. There's the Uther ban, okay. So no double support shenanigans or support offlane shenanigans. Against Probius, you want to make sure that your opponent also doesn't have too many heroes that can get close to him. Probius doesn't like to snuggle with opponents' heroes. He doesn't really have the hit point pool that would allow him to do that. If you are close to Probius, Probius is dead. That's usually what's the case here. But, well, next two picks on the side of Feel the Heat. Are they going to pick a hero that can get a bit closer to Probius and hunt him down on the map? Not now. Zulu's going to be on the side lane. Johanna gets picked. And we have Malfurion with Ultralisk, just waiting for the last pick in the game here. But yeah, let's see. Is it going to work out for Crystal Gaming this time? They have their unorthodox style. They have Alexstrasza now. Okay. Yeah, it's wild again. But in we go. What's the last pick? What are we going to get for Slade? Okay, Blaze. Yeah, we have a lot actually to keep the heroes alive. That's definitely true. I mean, they do. And they have Probius for side lane pressure, which is also kind of interesting. But here comes Maiev again. Yeah, Ultraliskin is Maiev. So, guys, we are heading into game number 2. It was a fantastic showing from Feel the Heat on map number 1. Let's see if they can repeat that performance, or if Crystal Gaming has now gained a little bit more control and has just eased their way into the series. And if they can equalize the score now. Garden of Terror, map number 2 in the best of 5. Game number 2, Crystal Gaming against Feel the Heat. Yep, we are on Tomb of the Garden Curse. And on the left side, Crystal Gaming with Kolios on Hammer, Ixia on Probius. We currently have Skewubi on Garrosh, Slade on Blaze, and Yasu on Alexstrasza. Okay, on the right side, Feel the Heat with X-Ray on Malfurion, Dino on Falstad, Ultralisk on Maiev. We have Zul played by Wit and Blade on Johanna. Once again, by the way, with Reinforce as the number 1 talent choice for him. Also, Probius going on level 1 into the Warp Resonance right away. But yeah, off we go. They're splitting on 3 lanes as is, so they don't really plan of having any kind of brawl in the middle of the map. And Probius in particular has to be really, really careful. Ixia, again, one of the star players probably of the team, oftentimes playing the support for them. He really excels at his Brightwing, at his Zarya, his Lucio, but he's also playing, as you can see in this game, Probius for them, and has done so many times now in the past. It's definitely a very interesting team that plays a lot of, very often an unorthodox style that is extremely dangerous. But let's see if they can actually pull it off against Field Heat. Because as I said previously, these are 2 teams that at least in the standings are very evenly matched. But right now it seems like only one team is making the plays here, and they're getting the immediate start in with another kill against Sergeant Hammer. So nicely done. That was actually a really good opening for Feel the Heat once again. And they are aggressive around this, and they should be. It honestly feels like they're coming into this and they're just saying, okay, we're going to drop them. And what I found interesting too is very few teams... I mean, there is no regular scrim schedule anymore as it was back in the days of HGC. So obviously the level of play has heavily declined ever since HGC got kneecapped by Blizzard. But there's actually a few teams that still play warm-up matches and a couple of friendly matches against each other. And so, for example, Feel the Heat before the series played against another team in Division S just to prepare a little bit for this game here. And you can definitely tell that the boys are warmed up. They are looking good at the rotations, they're looking good at the execution of their plays. And it really feels like they're catching Crystal Gaming a little bit off guard at this point. So it's starting to become a little bit tough. And Crystal Gaming, this is something that we went over in the qualifiers a lot. I said it multiple times that Crystal Gaming, when they played in the qualifiers and won pretty much every single one of them and dominated there, that they were able to get away with a lot of strategies that going up against, which would be harder to execute going up against teams that are just stronger on a mechanical level like in Division S. And so far they actually fared really well. Again, 3 matches, 2 out of those 3 were victorious for Crystal Gaming. But now that they're going up against someone like Feel the Heat, they're getting punished a lot more for small mistakes, and it really starts to add up. And that's something that they have to deal with right now. So let's see if they can do that in game number 2. They have important talents now. Siege Tactics, highly important talent for now. Shield Capacitator, of course, as well. Indomitable, absolutely crucial. And we have even Exuberance now for Alexstrasza. But the first seed is up on the map, and they are trying to collect the first one. Pretty much everybody is rotating in for it. There's the Indomitable already activated as they need to get away from IF with the tether. Falls dead with the hammer gains, is trying to have a little bit of sustain for himself, and everybody is starting to jump straight in as the whole 5-man setup is coming through. There's a bit of a flip. Alexstrasza with the Dragon Queen actually stuck behind Sergeant Hammer for just a second. They're trying to push them away. Blade! He's about to go down and he dies. Yeah, that's the kill against Johanna. And they're trying to go for X-Ray too. X-Ray on his Malfurion tries to stay alive a little bit longer, and he is dead as well as Sergeant Hammer connects the final attack here. And that is the first seed in the hands of Crystal Gaming, and they got 2 kills with it as well. So nicely done. Well played here. So, top lane, the wall has been destroyed too. Level 7 talents are now grabbed. And this is not bad. I mean, this is a good opening now for Crystal Gaming, considering how this started. I mean, we started things off with a kill against Crystal. And now, yeah, starting to fire back a little bit. And Sergeant Hammer, Dino alone can't do anything against Sergeant Hammer. He can't do anything at all. Now, Malfurion is helping out a bit with it, but already as Blade is moving in from the side, we had Garrosh just anchoring the entire Hammer play to ensure that nothing would happen. And they knew exactly what was coming. So now we have 2 kills against 1. Structural position on the map is more or less equalized, since the mid lane has previously, of course, taken a lot of damage on the blue team's side. We have camps now taken 2. 2 kills against 1. A rotation into the middle to try and get the drop against Garrosh, which in this case wasn't really successful. Yeah, but the game is starting to shape up a bit. And as I said previously, Crystal Gaming is a team that has made many comebacks in the past. And they're also in a position where they can... Oh, nice flip. They're also in a position where they can definitely step it up a little bit and have to if they want to contest this series. I feel the Heat has very different plans, but still. Jet propulsion missing. Alright, Falstad isn't here yet. Hammer is still at the bottom of the map. This is going to be a 5 versus 4 in just a second. The fight is already raging on. And in comes Dino. And they are getting bad damage in with the boomerang now too. Double kill against the front line. Both of them eliminated. Falstad already back on his way down towards the bottom of the map. X-Ray gets the seed channeled. Khaldor, as he's trying to get the damage in at the fort towards the bottom of the map, will have a little bit of company in a few seconds since Falstad is moving in. But nice back and forth so far. 3 kills against 2. Feel the heat. Again, slightly ahead in experience and kills. Trying to take now also camp control. And Ultralisk wants the little probie. Exceeds some damage, but it's not really enough to threaten him yet. But there's level 10. So, level 10 is in, and that gives us the same talents pretty much as we've seen before. With level 10 we could force this. Poison Nova is in. They gotta try and get the kill against Garrosh. Camp isn't taken yet, but Khaldor is taking care of it. Okay, so far so good. Next seed is about to spawn. Level 10 abilities on both sides now. Probius going straight into the Pylon Nova charge. Blessed Shield, locked down with the roots. Skewobi, he doesn't have anything yet. And there's the Lifebinder baited out. Good trade. I mean, it was the question of using either the ult or letting Garrosh die. He didn't have Indomitable anymore. I had to use it already previously. So there we go. Also, Dino at this point gets a quick bribe in against the Mercenaries and grabs that. A bit more action in the middle as Blade and Wit are trying to zone out Blaze. But there we go. Seed about to be taken, and it's the second one. 2 out of 3. And it's all about the camp still. It's a massive map, and once that the map opens up, heroes like Falstad will become so much more important. He's already absolutely crucial here. They're trying to get the kill, and it seems like the tank goes down. Nicely done. Sergeant Hammer is dead. That's another important kill here. 4 kills against 2 now. And it's these aggressive moves that we see from Feel the Heat that really make the difference here in the long run. So great move by them. Falstad is now flying towards the top side to ensure that he's able to soak the experience. At the bottom of the map, the fight isn't over yet. Even the cage gets thrown out by Myef as they're trying to make the play again for Garrosh, but there's the Lifebinder. Slade comes in from the side. Most likely going to be looking for the jet propulsion, but not so in this case. And, well, Wit is still sitting in the middle with Zul and is slicing and dicing and is about to take down that turret. Top lane, that's where Falstad is still pushing them out. Another seed is about to spawn, and with a potential level 13 advantage, it could be just what Feel the Heat needs here. But Wit is body blocked and can't get away and is therefore eliminated in the perfect moment in time. I don't think they can get a counter kill here, so with them aiming for the seed, it seems like the next one is going to decide which team is going to be cursed first. Wait, incredibly innovative mechanics aside, is going to be attacked by the Garden Terrors first. Cursed first. Where are we here? Okay, so once that the Web Weavers, Garden Terrors are going to come down after the last tribute, seed is going to be taken. I'm going to have one team walk away with very likely a big advantage on structures. There is already one fort eliminated at the bottom of the map, though. That's at least something we should highlight there, so that could be forced out a little bit more. But alright, let's also have a little bit of a look at the damage output up to now. 18,000 for Myef, 14,000 for Hammer. In comes the seed spawning before we have the first objective completed. Down to the bottom of the map. Wit is already zoning this out as much as he can, but of course the idea is to get a camp onto the lane before they make the move. And Falstad is going exactly where he's supposed to go. Nice, I like it. Checks the bush, makes sure that there's no trap against him. Is going to try and push out that lane, maybe defend against the siege giants. The team is attempting to delay, of course, the channel on the seed for as long as they possibly can. And then, with a fly down to the bot lane, that would be an advantage for Feel the Heat. Talents are the same though. In this case, we even have the Entrenched taken from Crystal Gaming now on Hammer, as everybody is already starting to move in. Here comes the Dragon Queen. Falstad has flown in now, has dealt with the Siege Giants, but there's still the camp in the middle to consider, and it seems like this is going to be channeled through, and nope. Falstad. Falstad with the interrupt, but if he wants to pull it off again, he needs to use his Gust, and he does. Uses the Gust, there's the Blessed Shield, they're coming in from the side, and they are going straight in for the Poison Nova. The bunker is about to go down, they nearly dropped the Hammer, but they couldn't quite. But here they're trying to make the play for the front line. But X-Ray is down. Hammer is eliminated too. A kill for kill as they're trying to go for the number 2. And that is Garrosh. Taken down. Ixia is on the run. He's not going to get away from this one. Nope. The probe is down. And this is an open shot for the seed. And therefore also the Garden Terrors. And that's exactly what they're going to get now. Garden Terrors are going to be in. The fort in the middle is nearly down, as is. Zul is the one rotating down to the bottom of the map. He's going to attempt to get some damage in against the keep, but the team will have to rotate. The blue team is going to focus onto the bot lane first to defend that, obviously. Which means that especially the mid and the top are going to get value here. Level 16 talents are now also ready. We have full-on mage style with the Airy Gust and the Flow Rider for false stat. Also the amplified damage plus fanaticism. But as the bot lane is attacked, the top lane is going to fall for sure. Falstad dives behind it to take all of this down. And down at the bottom of the map, as the first Garden Terror is eliminated, the wall has still been opened. Forts are all eliminated, every single one of them. This one in the mid lane also opened up. And now with the entire outer ring of defense gone, Crystal Gaming is starting to fall apart. Just a little bit. They're still in range when it comes to kills. 4 kills against 7, but they're 2 levels behind. They need level 16. They need that talent. And there's a lot of pressure against them. I mean, one more objective, and this is more or less lights out. And let's not forget that with Falstad in your arsenal, you have now a great tool that can exploit that situation on the minimap. If you have this much global presence through Falstad and also through push heroes like Zul, then you will benefit from a situation like this one where you can simply push these lanes out a little bit more aggressively. And they're even trying to push through the bottom of the map again. They've just taken the camp, which means that they have a spell aura in just a second. Yeah, they're already trying to bait out Hammer a little bit. If they get the Tether, and they do, life binder my ass, baby. There's the kill, and with Hammer down, this is a problem. Guys, with Hammer eliminated, this is not a problem, this is a disaster. They have level 16 talents, but that doesn't mean anything. This keep is gonna fall, 100%. If they want it, they'll get it. And they're already pushing in. Falsa could even go for Mighty Gust if they want to, but they're already looking to see if they can maybe get another kill. And the Gust in the wall. Ixia is down. The bunker is too late, and the only question that remains is, are they aggressive enough to go for the core? Yeah, they're debating it, and they're deciding against it. Play it safe. Don't get wiped at the core. Play it safe. Don't risk anything here. They move into the middle to take a few more structures down. Follow-up kill would, of course, be the dream, but I don't think that's going to happen. But they are controlling everything. They steal the Siege Giants away, thanks to Falstad using his bribe. And they are absolutely destroying them right now. It is a pretty impressive display by Feel the Heat. And it's not quite the series up right now that I expected. Standings, they are pretty much identical, but you can already tell that Crystal Gaming is struggling a lot against all of this now. So, well, they still have 2 seeds. So if they grab just one more, it means that they have a... Well, I always want to say curse. It's really weird that Blizzard, with their big rework of the map back then, did nothing else but pretty much combine Tomb of the Spider Queen and Cursed Hollow into one. So I always wanted to say they're getting cursed, or the Web Weavers are coming down, but neither is the case. But once that the objective is in for the blue team, they might have a chance. They killed Malfurion, so that's a good start. If they can now also grab the next seed, that would be fantastic. I mean, the one that just spawned was, of course, already claimed. The problem is more that Feel the Heat is about to hit level 20. And someone needs to deal with this too. That's another... actually, the turret is not going to go down. So Probius is going to take care of this. Oh, Johanna. Yeah, Blade moving in aggressively from the side. That's the Blade we know. But level 20 is going to be the big deal. But there's the seed. Again, if this one is claimed by the blue team, then it is an objective in their favor. They have 20... they don't have enough time. Malfurion is going to be back. Level 20 talents. I don't think they're going to make the play for it, are they? Wind Tunnel alone would already zone them out long enough to give Malfurion the time to move back in. So here we go. Everybody is starting to gather around here. Zul is actually going way off towards the top. It seems like they're going to let this one slide, really? Okay. Yep, they're letting it slide. And then off we go. This is where the Garden Terrors come in. And yep, the bad weeds are in. And I don't really think I mean, it shouldn't really do too much. If they can defend this properly, then the objective shouldn't really give too much value over. But it might just buy them enough time, enough experience to close this gap to 20. And then fight on even levels with them until then. So yeah, down at the bottom of the map, that's where the first aggression is already hitting, but the defense is there. You still need to try and defend this, though. I mean, there is damage being done now. And Khaldor is in a decent spot. Let's not forget that Sergeant Hammer is now Giant Killer, so that's actually a big, big tool. Bot lane, they're letting it go for now. They're trying to force the fight up here in the middle. This one is going to be taken out by the catapult eventually, so it's not going to be too much. Nope. Yeah, this one is going to be eliminated. Mid lane, also defended. Top lane, similar picture. Blue team rotates bot side, take the fort down after all, so that rotation will at least help them to take one structure down. Now, of course, the lanes were heavily pushed back, so they couldn't really hope to get too much done here. But if it's just experience, that's all that they need. Get some experience, get level 20, get on eye level, and then fight those fights. But as you can tell, the red team, Feel the Heat, is not only trying to push the mid lane, they're trying to set it up for the top lane so that they can make another play for a second keep. And that is annoying. They're even invading over here now, looking to see if they can go for the siege giants. And in the meantime, this all is pushing. So that's a big problem. But down here, that's where the real fight is about to start. As both of the teams are looking for an opportunity, and Khaldor can't die. That's a really important one. Probius actually Hearthstoning back so that he has an easy route towards the top lane and doesn't have to go through the entire enemy team. So that's going to be the defense. But the Keep has already taken some damage. That's already down by 30%. But now it's 20 versus 20. And that's, of course, the game changer. So now that we have level 20 versus 20, there is still a big problem on the structure level for Crystal Gaming, but at least in team fights they're going to play in their own even playing field. We have to shoot 'em up. And, well, plus Advanced Lava Strike, Fortified Bunker, Ritual of Life, and it will be an interesting team fight from here on out. There is potential. Crystal Gaming can still turn this back. They still have a chance to win the team fight and then maybe snowball this. Death timers are long in the late game. You win a good late game fight and you're in a decent spot. It's an early seed, so it doesn't really matter too much yet. You can still let it go. If you don't like the position, if you're in an awkward spot, then you can always just like fall back. There's no problem here for either team to say like, well, we'll deal with that later. Bot lane is pressuring. Those catapults are going to be a problem eventually. In comes the Mighty Gust. They're going into the backline again for Sergeant Hammer. And off we go. Bunker is on the ground. Red team is a little bit low. They need to be careful here, as already mentioned previously. And here comes the play. Life Binder already used. And 5 kills against 9. Top lane is a problem for the blue team too. It's not only the bot lane with the catapults on the core that is an issue. The top keep is in trouble. The longer this fight lasts, the better for Feel the Heat. Feel the Heat has set up these lanes perfectly. Look at this. Mid lane, the keep is gonna fall. Top lane keep is gonna fall. Core is gonna be attacked down here. At this point, Crystal Gaming, why do they care about that seed? That seed is not gonna do jack shit for you. Take the team fight and drop them. If you don't do that, you've lost the game. The seed isn't helping them at all, even if they channel it. It's not the seed that wins you the game. It's the team fight and the kills that can bring you back, nothing else. They lost the top keep. They lost the shields on the core nearly completely, and the keep in the middle is about to be destroyed too. They're about to lose every single keep. Even if they win the fight right now, they're in trouble. There's the kill against Malfurion. It's way too late. Garrosh goes down, and that core is just absolutely getting murdered from 3 sides. They took way too much time for all of this. This is a Winion setup right here. Falset is already flying in. Maiev goes down, but the bird wants to go for core, and that's exactly what happens. There's no stopping it. Feel the Heat has the 2-0 lead in the best of 3 series. GG and well played. Great macro game here from the red team. Game number 3, everybody. Volskaya Foundry. The 2-0 lead for Feel the Heat. Yeah, Volskaya is the 3rd map, and I mean, it could be the last. It's kind of insane. I didn't really expect the series to I mean, first of all, I didn't expect the series to potentially end after 3 maps. That's number one. But the more important part to me is this series feels very one-sided right now. Feel the Heat is not only winning this series, they're kind of crushing Crystal Gaming here. And they're honestly showing them that there's a lot of stuff that you can't get away with here when you play against a decent team. Now, I'm not quite sure if that's a bit of a problem of Crystal Gaming just having a bad day and things not going as well as they usually did, or what exactly the situation is here. But it definitely doesn't work really for them. I mentioned earlier that Ixia is really good on Zarya, so since Zarya can excel on Volskaya Foundry, she is banned out. Deathwing is also banned out right away. And I would expect still a Zeratul ban from Crystal Gaming. If they allow Zeratul to go through here, Dino will very likely pick that hero up quickly. So that's gonna be dangerous. Really? You wanna risk that? Okay, Johanna gets banned. Do they actually? Yeah. Well, now they give Dino Zeratul. So very few teams give Dino Zeratul. Normally that happens in map 1 and then it doesn't ever happen again. And I personally, I'm gonna be honest here, I personally thought that in the entire duration of the regular season we are not going to see Dino play Zeratul in Division S ever again. Because every single time when he played Zeratul, he destroyed the opponent's team. Dino on Zeratul is like a surgeon with a scalpel performing a very easy surgery. And just taking the opponent's team apart slowly but steadily, slicing away against them. And it's a very ballsy move by Crystal Gaming to let Zeratul slide through here. So obviously they know that the chances of Zeratul being picked are incredibly high. Which means they have to have a game plan here on how to deal with him. But let's see if they can pull that off. Because even in situations where the team on the other side was absolutely aware that Zeratul would be picked and they thought they were prepared, it turned out they weren't. So let's see if he can live up to the hype again. And we had multiple situations already where everybody said like, well, it's not going to happen this time. It's going to have problems here. And every single time they were proven wrong and Dino just performed. So now we have him together with Blaze played, with Maiev on their end. Liming and Ana, the nano-boosted Liming is in. But there's the Uther ban. So you want to limit the amount of CCs, obviously, against Zeratul. And banning out Uther helps also with the fact that there's like less heals on a specific target. I don't know. Rule number 1 of drafting against Feel the Heat. Ban Dino's Zeratul. That's rule number 1. I would rather give them Deathwing than give them Zeratul, if I'm blunt. But well, maybe this is the game where Crystal Gaming just says, no, we're gonna shit on Zeratul. And they're going for Arthas and they're going for Imperius. So Arthas is always a nice hero against it. If you can slow him down, if you can lock him down, that's a good move. Imperius has his Impale, his Lunge, so that's pretty nice if you can connect it. I mean, there are tools. You would expect that. Obviously, they know Zeratul is going to be picked, so you need to pick heroes that are good against it. CC usually does the trick here. But well, let's see. Now Furion. Ooh, Tychus! Okay. We usually don't see the party animal that often. His very low auto attack range makes him oftentimes a bit of a liability. But against these tanks, they felt the need to get some extra auto attack damage in and drop that minigun. Get a little bit the bigger they are value in. Last pick. Could be the last map. I mean, they have to step it up now. And we have Garrosh. Heavy, heavy, heavy frontline. Against Zeratul, triple melee. Zeratul against us, we have problems here. Do we pick squishy heroes in the backline? Fuck that. Let's go straight in and just drop one melee hero after another. Super hit point heavy shit. And make sure that Ana and Liming are going to be safe. Let's see if they are. Game number 3, Volskaya Foundry. Game's on! Crystal Gaming against Feel the Heat. So far it really feels like that Heat was just destroying the Crystal. On the left side, Kolios on Liming, Skewubi on Garrosh, Yazu on Imperius, Slate on Arthas, and Ixir against Ana. This is the lineup where they say, okay, this is going to bring us back into the series. This is where we are starting the reverse sweep against Feel the Heat. But on the right side, X-Ray on Malfurion, Dino on Zeratul. We have Wit on Blaze, Ultralisk on Maiev, and Blade on Tychus. Alright, let's get this party started. Level 1 talent, we have the Greater Cleave again. Very likely the Void Slash on 16, a little bit of a synergy with the 16 talent, but I would still expect the deviation away on level 4. So right now the dash also taken, increasing the range a little bit, and the movement speed. Need to get away from all of that shit. It's a pretty meaty front line that you have up against you, so you need to be careful here. Zeratul is already trying to push out the top. In the middle though, Malfurion has died. Gets dropped here quickly. That's not the start that they wanted. The whole idea of Dino being at the top lane was them attempting to get a lead in experience thanks to that. Now the rotation to the bottom is also putting Blade into a bit of an awkward spot. He's trying to move around, dodges out against one, and they get damaging against Slade. There's a tether, and all of a sudden it looks like Arthas is going to go down. Nicely done. Well played. Singularity Spike didn't connect, so they can't get the kill against Imperius. But hey, that was a pretty nice move against Arthas. There was a lot of pressure against Tychus, and that Howling Blast in particular could have been his end. And then they turn it around in easy peasy. So, nicely done. But with this said, 1 minute mark is in, and that means turrets. One on the right, and Anna on the left. I got this! And Slade is like, well, I think you need a little bit of help here. Not an expert, but maybe that's not the best wave clear hero. So in we go. There's a quick jet propulsion against Garrosh. Needs to be careful that he doesn't get flipped over the wall, of course. Always a risk when you play against Garrosh. And Dino is already at the bottom of the map. Gets actually the lunge gets connected. Yeah, there was a lot of damage here. Okay, grabs the globe, takes it out. Of course, with the turrets gone, there's still the healing beacon at the top that can be taken. Level 4 talent, a little bit quicker. And here we go. Psionic Strength. Dino. About to jump around. And here we have it. The bigger they are. The talent for Tychus. Guys, it's actually incredible. We had recently... I cast North America as well. The North American Division S. And as you might have noticed already, Cho'Gall is actually meta in North America. And the thing that amazes me is that some people within the community have just a severe lack of understanding of how Heroes of the Storm works. And there's actual people that think that if you pick Tychus against Cho'Gall, you shouldn't go for the bigger they are, but you want to play around in the rhythm. If you ever played in any kind of a halfway decent game, in the rhythm is not a talent that you will see there. What it's all about is really these coordinated attacks against the target, quick bursts, and then, of course, this moving in, dropping the target at the start, and the rest of the team delivering the kill then with the help of Tychus. So the bigger they are is the talent if you want to blow up a front line. It's not about in the rhythm. If you honestly think that in the rhythm is the goal-to target, or the goal-to target on level 4 for Tychus, then you really should watch a little bit more of the top players playing the game, because you are not only severely mistaken, but you are in serious need of an education here. But there are edge scenarios where in the past we have seen in the rhythm taken, but since Tychus these days is not even picked anymore, or well, not a lot because of his problems with the auto attack range in particular, that has changed significantly. And if he is being picked, it's more so as a tank buster more so than anything else. But as we say this is pretty much a little bit of an FYI and a little public service announcement. So watch more competitive games, guys. That's how you learn the game. Slade in this case is actually completely caught. And that was a pretty bad spot for him to be in. He dropped the turret at least. So he dropped the turret, which means that he denied it to the opponent, so that's good. But the problem for him is really that he apparently never really saw that rotation coming, and he should have. Team should have told him, listen, we don't know where they are, they're currently moving away. You can't be that far out in the lane, or you're going to be in trouble. So that's going to be a big problem here. At this point, they're all starting to jump in straight into the middle, and well, Feel the Heat is obviously playing for Protector number 1. There's still the aggression up at the door. Oh, Dino! Oh, someone saw him here just before he became completely invisible, and they went for him. Nice attack by Crystal Gaming. I like this a lot. But damn, they couldn't get the kill. But that was close. Now Slade is in trouble again. But he's able to walk away, at least for the time being. But the fight is still raging on. And the double turret drop from Feel the Heat is securing them the position even more. And this should honestly lead to them getting the Protector if this pace continues. At least the turrets are about to be taken down. Khaldor is poking against them as much as he can. 95, 97, 99%. It's contested, obviously. Here comes again the bigger they are, and they burn. Garrosh down. He's eliminated, but so is Blaze. Oh, Khaldor, Zeratul! Oh, Dino, they want to get the kill, and can they get more? He's trying to move in again, and he kills Ana! Are you kidding me? Dino, you fucking madman. Unbelievable. I thought for sure he's dead. I was already impressed as he gets the counter kill and gets the 1-for-1 trade. I'm like, okay, he's done, but at least he traded. It's early in the game. He's gonna unleash his full potential later on after 16. And then all of a sudden he goes in, gets the final kill too, and he even survives. 6 kills against 2. Level 10 in their hands. Dino has also the might of the Nerazim now. And it is getting spicy in here. With this, we of course also have Commandeer Odin. There's the Twilight Dream, but holy hell. Feel the Heat has just turned the heat up to 10, and Crystal Gaming is suffering. Oh god. It's incredible. It's honestly incredible. Slade gets attacked now, and everybody is starting to dash in immediately. They're trying to make the play in for the middle fort, and this one will fall for sure. 10 abilities now on both sides. Width is a bit low, needs to be careful. Oh, that silence! That tether into the Malfurion ult, but it's still Blaze that falls. There's the lockdown against Maiev. Dino is going on for Ana again, and he's going for Li Ming. Nearly gets the kill there, but has to be careful now. There's a flip. He's everywhere, and he's out again. You got to be kidding me. The entire team is pretty much only on one mission, and the mission is called try and take down Zeratul, and it didn't work, and he nearly got the kill against Li Ming too. Guys, I have to put this out again. He's playing against 3 frontliners that are pretty much just designed to keep him in check so that Li Ming and Ana are fairly safe. And he survived through all of that once again, and just wait until you see him on 16. There is a reason Zeratul gets banned against him. There's a very, very good reason for that. But of course, there's a few more heroes on that team. So far, Tychus has done exactly what he's supposed to do. He's starting to bust the tanks whenever those fights start to break out. We have now 13,000 damage on him, 19,000 on Maiev, who makes some incredible setups happen for them. It's 6 kills against 5 now, because the blue team has definitely started to fire back in the last battle. But of course, when it comes to objectives and map control, the lead goes to Feel the Heat. They start to make the play again for Slade, but they can't get the kill here, and everybody is dashing away from it once more. And off we go. Now we have the bunker pushed out early. Uh-oh, there's a taunt, and that's a problem for Wade. That's a big problem for him. And that's another flip, isn't it? Oh, Khaldor gets thrown forward to body block him, and that's the end of Blaze. But it comes at a cost. Top lane is getting pressured heavily, and top lane is of course where we're going to see the next objective spawn. So that's going to be super important, and this is taking a lot of damage. And Zeratul can even slow down the rotation a little bit, which is all that he needs to do. He doesn't need to kill anything here. But he's already trying to go in for Ixia a little bit. Has to move away from Slade. Does so immediately. And Tychus is using all the time to take the top fort down. Top fort is eliminated. Malfurion is dead, yes, but the structures are falling all over the place now. With all the CC that is commandeered by Crystal Gaming, they still have trouble to meet those rotations on the map and meet the macro play. So Tychus, is hiding. Was of course a little bit afraid. Okay, the reason why he actually moves away now is because 2 heroes have just shown up over here. And Zeratul gets a kill against Li Ming. No, but the reason was seriously, 2 heroes just showed on the wave, and so he knew that nobody was trying to flank him. His worry was of course that someone was trying to move behind him to take him down. That's why he tried to hide in the corner and then Hearthstone back. But as he sees the heroes, he knows he doesn't need to do that anymore. So the attack is still on. Dino's jumping in and out again. He has 2 targets pretty much. Unless they are already taking damage, his targets are Ana and Li Ming. Those are the 2 targets. In any other game where you have only 2 frontliners and 2 backliners, he has 3, but now it's only 2. So, yep, that is pretty hefty here. Yeah, X-Ray is now sitting here. Blade is still in a decent spot. We already have the blue team trying to fight for it. There's no level 16 threat just yet. So that obviously matters a lot. Zeratul is now at the bottom of the map, pushing the lanes out even more, adding to that macro advantage that I talked about earlier. That's a nice delivery, and that's fantastic. That should be a kill. And that would be a great kill for them. A perfect moment in time. Taking Malfurion down here means a lot. But of course, also, it means that right now, Feel the Heat has the option on the map to try and go for level 16. They open up these walls a little bit, and the goal that they have is to take a talent advantage. And on top of that, they are also putting pressure onto the structures. But since the objective is still going to be up for quite some time, they're waiting for Malfurion to come back. And then, with the advantage in talents, they can make the play for the top very easily. Taking down the fountain at the bottom of the map is also worth a lot, because objective number 3 spawns down here. Now we have level 16 in their hands, which gives us the Void Slash. Now the party really begins. And the blue team is trying to counteract all of that aggression by pushing the top lane instead, which isn't a bad strategy at all. Blade is going for Odin to make sure that he can push them away, but they lost the fountain regardless. And now the 5 versus 5 is heading towards the top side. This is a play that you have to make. 86%. If they really want it, they need to start contesting. 93. Is anybody contesting? They're moving away from it, but there it is. They grab it. Zeratul in the back. Oh, and he's trying to get the... And he gets the kill. He gets 1 kill. They get a 2nd kill. And he jumps in trying to get another one. There's the tether as my F is joining the fun. And that scare will be down. 3 heroes eliminated. 4 heroes eliminated. You can take that protector all day long. If your entire team gets slaughtered in the process, then it's not going to do anything for you. Absolutely nothing. So now, even with the Protector 1, they're going to lose that Keep. Keep is getting attacked, and Crystal Gaming is just sitting here trying to put some aloe vera onto all those burns that they received in that last fight, because that didn't go well. And Zeratul is just slicing through them. Maiev is always coming in, forcing the fight. Then you have Blaze with the setup. Tychus comes in, burns the tanks down. Absolutely crazy. That Protector didn't do anything. The Keep is down, the fort is down, and I don't know what to say. It's nuts. And Dino is still on the prowl. Dino is on the prowl here. He's just like, alright, I want to have a little bit more action here. Jet propulsion? Yeah, a little bit short, didn't get anything done. Dino's still sitting tight, he's waiting for an opportunity. He has the bunker though, it's a bit of a problem. They have a really bad spot. But he jumps in, he goes for the kill. Kolios! But now Ixia is getting attacked. Ana is in trouble. Zeratul jumps in, jumps out, jumps away, tries to go back in, but the kill is at the front line in the meantime. Arthas and Garrosh both dead. Yeah, Zeratul is occupying the back line, whereas the rest of the team is just taking the front line apart, and now they're going in for the kill again. Dino is all over the place, gets another kill in against Ana, just as Kolios is trying to get the counter kill. Isn't able to lock this one in. Yasuo is on the run, and they're just getting eliminated all over the place. It is absolutely insane. And Zeratul being such a focus point for the blue team also means that the rest of the team obviously has a lot more freedom to be aggressive at the front. There's a lot of focus of Crystal Gaming to try and deal with Zeratul, to keep Li Ming in a position where she can do damage, that a lot of the attention is just drawn away from Maiev and other heroes as they are making their own plays. So this is one of the biggest problems that they have to deal with right now. There's just too many things, too many factors to take into consideration at the same time. And even with all this CC that Crystal Gaming has, they have mad problems to lock anybody down reliably enough to get kills in here. The best kills that we've honestly seen were the ones against Malfurion after an ult on the side of Imperius. If he gets a good setup, and they are able to just draw a target in and then focus it down quickly with a good Li Ming combo, that's the best setup they have. But the item advantage now goes to Feel the Heat, and they are absolutely taking them apart a hero at a time. 15 kills against 8 now. Zeratul hasn't died yet. Neither has Tychus, by the way. Dino's already sitting up at the top. And with level 20 talents now in the hands of Feel the Heat, this is just such a massive gap. This is a 3-level lead. And here comes the Twilight Falls. Twilight Falls is in. Zeratul is starting to jump in again. There's the kill as Maiev is down, but once more the counter-aggression is happening as Zeratul gets the kill against Garrosh. Imperius is dead too, and here they go again. Dainu wants another kill. He's gonna get another kill. That's the end of Arthur's. They're taking down Ana. That's 4 heroes down, and with that they're moving straight into the middle of the map. Coleus is the only survivor. Dainu wants the last kill too, and Blade gets it first. That's a 5-man team wipe, and they're moving in for the core. Feel the heat teaching Crystal Gaming a lesson in competitive Heroes of the Storm here today. Fantastic series by them, incredibly well done. And that is a 3-0 victory for the red team as they pass Crystal Gaming in the standings. Nicely done. GG and well played in a spectacular best of 5 series from Feel the Heat.